kiss that butt.
What's happening, man? Shotgun Willie, what's up? Yeah! Woo!
I and 3 other guys decided we were going to buy this little bar, get it going and keep it a year and sell it. The club was called the Rondo Room. And we bought it. We changed the name to Shotgun Willie's, hired a guy to manage it, and we ran it as a country bar with live country music. And we were very... we got the name of Shotgun Willie's from Willie Nelson, and the logo came off that album that he had called Shotgun Willie. I never had any intuition or anything about being in the bar business. It just happened. We were going to keep it a year and try to make a go of it and sell it. That was about the time the urban cowboy movie came out. And then everybody wanted to get in the country western bar scene, and it really made our business go downhill. That's when we approached, he approached about running it as a topless club.
So George, before I met you, back in the day, and I have 2 kids, it's before I got pregnant with Tyler, my ex-husband comes and says, now Debbie, we need to invest in this corporation and we'll be owners of this corporation. And I went, great, so what about it? He said, well, this corporation is going to own some things. Okay, what's it going to own? Well, it'll own a nightclub. What else? Well, I don't know, it'll own some other things. I said, well, great, okay, so do we own a nightclub? No, we own a corporation that is going to be associated with a nightclub. And that was when we were bottomless and topless.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Gary says, let's go see the new nightclub. So we go in this ratty old building, and the girls are on stage lighting their nipples, and there's girls with their legs spread giving the guys flashlights. And I was like, do we own this? No, he said, we do not own this. We own a corporation that owns a % of this. Oh, being a female club owner, nowadays not so much, but early on when my kids were old enough, remember, and we got rid of the management companies, it was Sioux City. Everybody sued us. This is before, we were not running the club. Gives me a call and says, kiddo, will you come to the office? I need to talk to you. I was like, cool, because I'd always go to his office and just get some money. Back then, all we did was split up cash. We didn't even have a corporation really account or anything. It was just, remember, it was some couple $100 a week. So I go in, and he said, now, we're in trouble with Glendale. And this got us started completely. So what'd we do? He said, well, they say that I got a blowjob on stage. I went, you what? He said, I said, did you? He said, oh, of course not. I didn't get a blowjob on stage. I said, well, so tell him you didn't, and I'd never been in a lawsuit or anything. I said, so what? So tell him you didn't, and what's that have to do with us? No. He said, well, you're going to need to go to a hearing with us. I said, sure, I'll do anything. What do I need to do? He said, well, next Tuesday, show up at the city council. I said, well, where is it? I'm alone and the kids are little. I said, okay, I'll show up at the city council. So I get the address and I go in and sit down, and I'm all by myself. And I look around, over there, I'm just sitting there. And then here comes an attorney that I'd really never met. It was Alan. I sit there, and the mayor gets up. Yeah, Steve Ward was the mayor. He gets up and starts talking about all this oral sex that I've been doing. And I was like, Alan, I didn't do anything. And then there was fines and there was all the problems, and it was me. So I left and I called up and I said, you didn't tell me I really owned this. Sorry, well, you did. So we fired him. They did not want me running the club. No. It was okay to own it, just so I stayed home and made cookies. Yeah.
Go to your PTA meeting.
Mm-hmm. At one point, Tyler thought that we sold shotguns. If I had to see Carrie, I'd take him down the stairs and hold his eyes as we walked through the dressing room.
I was like 7 or 8. I'd walk through here with my mother covering my eyes and shit. I thought we sold shotguns or something until I was 12.
Shotgun Willie's is the place to be.
31 years ago, Debbie Matthews founded what was destined to become the #5 landmark in Colorado. 2 prior mayors decided they didn't like Debbie Matthews and her company, Shotgun Willie's, being the #5 landmark in Colorado because people couldn't find their town. They couldn't find Glendale, Colorado until someone gave them directions. Go to Shotgun Willie's and head east down Virginia. That is Glendale.
The state Save the Strippers campaign was in 1998. And our mayor, this was in January, I want to say, and he was getting ready to have an election in April, and he was not up for re-election, but he had 3 council members that were up for re-election. They were doing nothing, and they were looking for a good issue. So they decided, they got with the National Family Legal Foundation, and they decided they were going to clean up Glendale and get the strip clubs. And at that time, 58% of the citizens were 28-year-old guys or younger. So we took strippers out and we had them increase the voter rolls, and we kicked their city council off and put our own on.
Wow, what brings you girls to my door?
There's a big election coming up on April 7th that will help save our jobs.
Oh really? Where do you work?
We're at Shotgun Willie's.
Oh, you know, I just moved here. Where is that? What is it?
It's a Domino's Club over on Colorado, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
Chuck.
I'm Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Devin.
Hi, Devin. Good to meet you.
You're not registered to vote yet?
No, I'm not.
Would you like to sign this to help get our jobs?
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, sure. I'm happy to do it.
We're also having an event with pretty girls and free beer.
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
We say Willie's expecting. We're taking his cowboy hat off and putting a hard hat on, taking his gun away and putting a shovel in his hands and a big pregnant belly.
As the mayor of Glendale, I'm very, very happy to announce that we will have the 2nd iteration of Shotgun Willie. And if you remember back 20 years ago, the mayor of Glendale stood here saying that he was going to tear this building down. Well, we're here to help that happen. What he doesn't know is we're going to build a new one, a bigger one, and a better one.
I think it'll be a lot more pleasant place if, and this is a huge if, and my #2 shareholders and I are both really worried, if we can capture the feeling of the homegrown hominess and the guys still feel at home in here, I think it'll be fantastic. If we don't capture that, we're in trouble.
Congratulations, Debbie Matthews. Up the ribbon.
It feels great to feel like the family runs the best strip club in America. It takes everything we have. As a woman, my role of owning a strip club is to describe as a hard perspective for me, because I've had it since I was a kid, basically. I've had it for 30 years. So I can't remember how I felt without it. I mean, it's such a part of me. I'd probably just die if I didn't have it, but to say how it feels normal.